So yesterday, Devin and I were thinking about, you know, these onion-style operators.
Right? They're going to eat up a lot of time. Those Maestro cameras are going to eat up a lot of time. And then, especially when you have to tackle that wall, unless you are actually capable of getting those bandit batteries off, then well, that's going to hurt actually quite a lot. And that one is as well. There's 2 kills that come out almost immediately, and Rogue are being extremely aggressive here. They've taken out a mission, they get refragged off, and everybody's dying. There are 4 people dead in the first minute. So remember what I said about this being slow? I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, completely in this case. It happens to the best of us. Corey's going to find one more on the WTG, and there's Shockwave demolished in the hallway in 90. Basically, we were talking about why double hard breach is so
the person
rare.
I would say that jumps out on Rogue's roster that isn't is Hicks. But if you're Rogue, you're able to take these aggressive fights and win. Except in this case, Rise, I think, just tries for a little bit too much. He gets very greedy. So does Corey. And even though it's a defense down below, forZe are reading into this one perfectly. This is going to leave both Aces and Rips off-site, very far off-site, actually. And, oh my, they're just not particularly close to being able to do anything here.
Again, this is the reverse take that we were talking about. Nitro Cell is going to sail, and unfortunately it hits the top of the windowsill, or the door still there, but Ace is going to get one immediately refragged there by Shockwave and leaves the Maestro on his own. You can go and plant. It's all free. There's only the Maestro in Classical Hall here on 90, so you can kind of just, you know, stun him as Zofia, pressure him in, and just walk into site and go for a plant. Rips is not going to be able to do too much. There's a reverse repel, a big quality of European teams being used up here as they just get off of it. Emision's going to go for the plant, and the Maestro is being caught on every single side. There's the kill, though, from Pasha as he rounds the corner. Man, 2 rounds, and each round has been won. So dramatic.
I'm wondering exactly what you got the Thermite over in this position. You're likely going to take Vault. That would be my guess, is they'll probably take the wall to Vault and then continue to go from there. But the thing is that you've got a Maestro camera positioned over by 90, and there's a C4, what appears to be from below. Pasha's going to rush up and prep the grenade for this Maestro cam. Rips had an opportunity to decide to go for the fight. He doesn't, though. He just falls off. And, of course, because of the Zofia launcher, his position's been given away. So pushing him back is very smart now. And with plenty of time to go, there goes your first bit of hard destruction.
Yeah, and the beauty of opening this wall into the vault is because you're shutting down rotations between the 2 sites, and usually that's something that really hurts the defenders and their ability to just find a safe spot throughout what's left in the round. Hicks is sitting back, and there's a smoke canister being thrown out. Fortunately, it won't be hitting Emission anytime soon. WTG will take 1 kill. That's another one for Pasha. In the meantime, the 4v2, it's forZe going in for the plant. Rotation from behind as Ace is trying to go for the gunfight. WTG will be lost. And oh no, Hicks taken out in the hallway. It's all on to Aces now. He's checking every position. He knows that his teammate just was taken down at the top of the island, and he's moving in by the indestructible bar. Information aplenty for forZe, and they know where he's at. A lot of noise made by Mr. Goose himself, and forZe will secure their 2nd round on attack. A very good start for the Russian squad. Yeah, giving information, Ash or any other operator, and there's somebody feeding info the whole time. However, Hex is going to connect with a Nitro Cell, the Ash being pushed in from 2 angles, and oh, Rogue, the successful bait and switches. Rise is going to take down Rask. He's taking a lot of damage, but that's so much utility being burned off of the attackers, and Shockwave comes in from behind, checking the kitchen. He'll get one more as Hicks drops down, doing his best Spider-Man impression. He'll find Shockwave. It's Pasha and WTG, the last 2 alive for us. One more for WTG. Hicks eliminated on his walk up back to site. The site is completely open. You can go and plant. However, the diffuser is on the floor, so you're going to need to go and pick this one up. Pasha holding Astronomy. He'll find Rise all onto Corey, who has a Nitro Cell in the back pocket to use. Does he know where he needs to be watching, though? No diffuser has been planted yet. And he's looking. He's got utility. The drone will confirm his position, and he does not know that there's a player waiting for him inside a bedroom. Flashbang should get thrown here at any point in time, or well, grenade. There's one from Pasha that's been thrown, but unfortunately, it's a bit too far back to do any damage. And watching for rotation. There's the drop, the run out, and from behind, WTG will find the pizza man, and that's Corey down and out. forZe 3 rounds on the attack, and Villa, that's a great start.
Really, the trophy statuary and how you take control. You're going to be taking control of that second floor before you can push towards the bottom, and well, that gives you just a little bit of a buffer. It's what we see with teams on Cafe, is that it allows you a little bit extra time as a defender between yourself and the next bit of action. And man, Rogue are really taking the fight still. Again, I've said this time and time again. I've always confused by the fact that Rogue are just continuously trying to bait forZe into these positions. forZe have capitalized many rounds. This round so far, no. First 2 picks come to Rogue, and then 1 traded off by forZe onto Rips, who I think needlessly peaked. Again, there's a lot of peeking going on from Rogue trying to take these engagements where they really don't need to. Another from forZe is they've equalized, and we're looking at a very similar, I guess, pattern emerging now for Rogue, where they get the upper hand early and then they just kind of squander it. This is exactly what happened in the previous round and is now happening here, is that the first couple picks go for Rogue, but are they able to do much else? Well, the answer is yes so far. Corey picks up one onto Shockwave. It gives Rogue yet another advantage, leaving forZe with just a Thermite and an Ash, but when Rask is on the field, you can never really count out forZe.
Now there's Imagine watching for any rotations or any runouts really into Laundry. There's the peak, and there's a tiny angle being used by Corey as he gets 1 kill. And the Valkyrie is keeping tabs on all of this. Good aim reset there, is trying to find the rest of the players. And he's going to get shot from the side. Actually, Hicks just dropping on down. I wanted to say, like, kudos to Hicks for actually surviving in the Mozzie so long. That's an astronomy, and you really only have to worry about 1 player, the smoke here, sitting right behind the singular, or actually the double reinforcement, is it? Well, actually, singular reinforcement there between Astronomy and Trophy. Grenade being prepped around the corner, and it will connect, doing a bit more damage to Rips. SMG-11 will come out maybe for the gunfight here, but everybody's kind of evac the location. Rask will take half HP damage as he's wondering, where's this information all coming from? Everybody from forZe is stacking up in Astronomy, and I'm no Nostradamus, but there's Nitro Cells. I was just going to talk about it, but they don't connect. They actually drop WTG on the floor, and Corey will connect. There's still Rask on the floor, and the Maestro is trying to find the perfect angles for it. A lot of damage done, and there's 1 more downed. Going for the finisher, but knowing that this could all be used for bait. The smoke around the corner is going to get smoked. That strips down, and it's left to Corey and Rise to try to bring this one back. There's a Nitro Cell in the back pocket of the Valkyrie as Corey takes so much damage on the entry. Nitro should be prepped correctly. Will it be enough? It will connect, and Corey is already down 1 and take them out. Shockwave's going to go in for the plant, but the Valkyrie is too far away. The Mozzie's still alive, though. It's to say that gets taken out. 1 kill, though, for the Valkyrie of Rise. All onto Rask. The Ash around the corner. Perfect timing for the MPX, and Rise in the 3K will connect. It'll bring it back to a 3-3 at the half, and Rogue realizing that forZe are just going to double up and try to push onto site, kept putting pressure on them, put them inside and squarely inside of Astronomy. And yeah, Nitro Cells aplenty, slowing things down, splitting. And the Ash is going to peek around the corner. Oftentimes, having soft and open walls is going to confuse attackers even more. And I like this sort of play from forZe. Rogue were probably expecting that they would have to enter in through completely reinforced walls, and that's not the case. And Aces will find the stun on a Rask and take him out. A good play here to start off and take down the Jaeger. Ash Charge being used at the top of the stairs, and I'm not sure what they were able to snipe through there, Rogue, but definitely some utility that was used and prepared. Rise is going to find a long angle onto Pasha in the meantime.
Rogue to be able to pull this one off, and it's going to come from over towards Classical Hall. You've got 2 members of Rogue stacked up there. You've still got 1 member down below looking for a C4 in the hands of forZe that looks to be the Valkyrie, and C4 appears to be ripped and ready, but it's going to be going over towards 90. Do they have the information? That's the real question. So fighting back where Rise had died, rather, it's going to be multiple members of Rogue, and the IQ in particular, just fighting away. There you go, baited right in is Shockwave. WTG also falls, and Rogue are in a lockout. That Valkyrie who was playing down below in a mission is last left alive. Still just waiting to retake, but there's a blind spot and collapsed upon. Aces gets the very final kill. He started things off, he'll end things as well. Rogue take the very first attacking round on what appears to be a bit more favorable to the attackers.
Does he have a thermite charge? No, it's all gone. How many drones have been taken out as well? There's 4 that have already been destroyed on Rogue's side, and half of what's left, at least 2 or 3, have been just left as rotation watching, flank watch drones. That's about it. Rask's gonna find Hicks though down below. These pre-placed holes by Shockwave probably are working so well, and they allow Rask to contest players downstairs in the back hallway. As Pasha is going to be walking in forward. You find the kill on the Zofia, the pre-fire around the corner. 1 down, 1 more disc thrown up. And they're just going to sit pretty here. The Ash surviving it's a while longer, but Pasha will confirm. Rips is going to get 1 commiseration kill pretty much, but the round might pretty much be done here, Parker.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way. Rogue are in really rough spot. You've got Rise on that thermite. He does some damage, but no, it's both members of forZe, Emission and Rask, getting in on some of the fun, and that will be it. A very weirdly paced Villa, and I mean, I think that's probably going to happen.
Stuns being used that are going to force the clash back, but not actually do much more than that. We're seeing aces and more of the flex roll for the team taking a lot of damage, and WTG, yet again, we're just talking about it. Floorboard holes are so strong on Villa. As one Mr. Devin Emzo Becker would say, the holes, they work both ways.
I always love when that gets brought up, but the clash is going to be an obstacle here for them to deal with, and they're trying to hunt her down, just continuously pinging, and there goes a little bit of the floor, but the clash is going to be inside of the actual vault, and while you can still take out some of the vault floor, and there it goes, it doesn't do any damage. The clash is just able to continue moving away. Emission is on 1 HP, essentially, and will die to a single shot, basically, from any gun that's left in action. Jaeger playing on main stairs as well. He's still behind this deployable shield. 2 members of Rogue are there stacked up. Rise cannot get the trade. That is a major problem. Corey dies without Rise being fast enough to be able to do anything. Waiting for the next push that's going to come in. Or rather, Hicks. It was not Rise. Hicks waiting for that ability for Rask to push. No, Rask is just going to wait. He's not going to give them a single thing. Continuously dancing around, and you just have to wait. If you're the Jaeger, you got 30 seconds left. You are the person who they need to come towards. WTG there for some supporting fire just at the top of the stairs. Waiting ever so patiently still. Playing behind these deployable shields. No member of forZe right now is giving Rogue a single inch. Down goes Rips, rises down 2, and it's time for Rask to pop up. He can't land the shots he needs on Hicks, at least not all of them, but WTG can. These duos that are playing together, great coordination. Top of the stairs is not relinquished, not once, not for a second. Hicks was just not fast enough. It comes to these opening duels, and it's just an inability for anybody to really do much outside of aces on that killing potential. But hey, Corey hasn't been too bad either. He's been putting in quite a lot of work off of Hard Breach. Rise was largely in that position, and if you look at Rogue's composition, they don't have a single person on Hard Breach right now. This is very Liquid-esque. It's going to bite them, though, because the advantage that was stacked up by Rogue now immediately disappears, and it's a 3v3.
This is now the biggest problem. You don't have full control of that top floor. And if the Jaeger can keep engaging you in trophy room, you're going to be afraid of flanks all the time. Raskin is going to find Rise, so that's 1 more player lost. You're not going to be able to find anyone. And Socket's a secret. The Jaeger's already there, and he's going to come around the corner, confirm 1. Close to finding the second as well, but a bit too slow on the aim rotation. And right now Rips is just unsure. Are they watching me? Do they know where I am? Well, double nitro cells are gonna sail, and none of them will hit. Count your lucky stars, Rips, because if he did not check an ADS for just a second at top of red stairs, he would have been a dead man right now.
Tough position for them to find themselves in. And Rogue are, again, in a rough spot. Diffuser being surrendered as well. That is just very unlucky timing as you get downed, finished off. If you're Rogue, that's a rough one. That's essentially a glorified trade. And Rask, right now, sitting with SMG-11 in hand, he's only going to need to do a tiny bit of damage, and he misses his first couple shots, but Hicks is just simply out of time. You got to go for the plant there. Well played by forZe. They, again, are able to get themselves to Rogue. Can we just stay on Rise for a second, by the way? Can we just stay on Kali for just a moment, please? I want to watch and see if we can do anything. Oh, there you go! Beautiful shot. Missed follow-up opportunity. And it's an insta down if it's hit from the waist or below. Just an awful lot of power there. And Keep in mind, there's no Thatcher, so Kali's ability is going to work very effectively, or rather, there is a Thatcher in Rips' hands, but if there were no Thatcher, Kali would work very effectively to do that same job. There's no hard breacher right now as Rask pops up, and down goes Corey. Still an advantage right now for Rogue, just by 1 as they managed to pick up Shockwave earlier on. Rise knows that there's somebody playing inside of the bar. Waiting to open up angles, great caliber-based destruction as well from this sniper rifle in the hands of Kali. But right now, we're not seeing a single thing being given from Rask. There he goes. He pops out, goes the other way, takes out Rips, immediately traded by Aces, and it's going to be Diffuser in the hands of Rise as he tries to get up to the rest of his team. An advantage very much for Rogue with over a minute to go.
Well, Kali's going to walk back in. As of course that... oh, there's a kill from WTG. All right, bullet hole is working well for him, and Aces is going to get finished off. Not sure how much utility was left on the Zofia, but regardless, it is going to be a big loss here. And this is going to try to rotate back onto site. So in terms of close quarters, there's definitely an advantage that can be used for forZe. Hicks with a long angle for him to hold. And that's going to be a big victory against WTG. You're going to have to peek with a CZ, the Scorpion Evo, against both a Kali and an IQ with a G8. That's going to be a long shot, to say the least. Pre-fire around the corner as Rise will take a lot of damage in the engagement. Same goes for Hicks. There's equal amount of HP between these two teams. However, the one shot down from Kali is definitely something to be afraid of. And lying down on the floor, Rise will secure the kill. Amizian taken away. Well done by Rogue.
Slowly but surely, Rogue is realizing the location of these members of forZe, but there's under a minute to go for both of these teams, and forZe is still sitting on match point. They want the win, and their win condition is just to simply get an early pick or two, and then hope for the best with this clash.
And look at this, the clash is still in. All 5 players are in for the defense, and there's 2 drones left for Rogue, but they're just going to go over in for the face check. Corey's going to get one, Rask for another, as Aces will refrag, and the clash is just unresponsive. She doesn't know where to go, and there's the shield being pushed away. You're going to have to deal with that as the clash, smoke being thrown in, and the shot in the side. It's actually working. The Kali's doing work, and WTG is laying back on the floor by that indestructible bar. Rise is going to take down Amizian, who falls right in front of his teammate Shockwave. A relatively safe plant here as the Ella's going to go for the gunfight. This is looking like a tie at the end of it, and the Ella is going to go down to Aces. Rogue fight on back, and that's what I talked about. If you want to use the Kali, dealing with that clash is very effective, but once you take away the support around the clash, she's no longer that useful. And there's the end. It's a tie.